Hey guys, I'm Clint Flairwoo and welcome to another Division build video. This is something special today. I've recently hit 300 subs, which is awesome, so I thought I'd do a 300-esque build. This is Sparta's shield build. I used this way many moons ago when it was an offensive build, when it was I'm going to use a 4-piece and two gold pieces, whereas now it's a 6-piece classified. There's only one way to run it in my opinion, which is 9k stamina, which this build is, and I wanted to show you guys that it's also extremely viable solo, but absolutely fantastic in a team. So let's have a look at this D3 Sparta build. Okay, so this is my 6-piece classified D3 build, and we'll start with the weapons. I'm using a house. The talents I have equipped on the house are Deadly, Hurried and Card Counter, and the weapon attachments I have, as always, Crit Chance, Crit Damage. Okay, my secondary is a tactical ACR, which has the talents Predatory, Sustained and Determined, and the weapon attachments I have: bit of stability, not the best with an AR, crit chance and crit hit damage. Okay, so we'll talk about why I'm using the house. House is the best SMG in the game by far. Essential weapon for any SMG build. Now, Deadly is key. It's integral. Out of all the talents available, you're looking Deadly, Vicious, Predatory and Hurried. Deadly's top tier. The Deadly's the key one you go for. Hurried, whereas a few other people would choose Unforgiving, possibly they choose Vicious. I've chosen Hurried because I want to deal as much damage as I can as quickly as I can, and to do that I feel that, again, as soon as I'm around I reload and I'm back on it again. Unforgiving is situational to the fact is my toughness never gets that low. It always, again, it slowly, gradually goes down, but never to the point where it's essential to use the 25% extra damage from Unforgiving. So I find that very situational. Vicious is good, is really good, but I like to reload, and I like to reload quickly. And Hurried for me is the key, the crux of the build. In all fairness, Predatory is a good option, but I'd rather have an ACR with Predatory on. So again, if I need to switch, if I'm running low on health, I've got Predatory, I've got Sustained and Determined. When I use my Recovery Link or Survivor Link or Tat Link, I'll switch to an ACR and I'll get this back in a very quick period of time. Okay, so they're the weapons. Now, just so you're aware, in terms of D3 setups, there's only one way to set it up, okay, which is 4k firearms, 9k stamina, 3k electronics. What a few people do, they switch it to 3k firearms, 9k electronics, 9k stamina and 4k electronics. That is not the way to do it. You're missing out on a lot of viable talents and damage. So 4k firearms is great, that's what you need to roll it with, but to get your skill power, which has to be at a minimum 120,000 to unlock the D3 bonuses, there's a trick to it. Okay, so we'll go through D3. If you're not sure what D3 is, set bonus 2 is you get 15% protection from elites. Set bonus 3 is an extra 10% ballistic shield damage resilience. Set bonus 4 allows you to use an SMG with the ballistic shield. Only master rank shield mod is active, so ballistic shield health is increased by 57% for every 3,000 stamina. I'm running 9,000 stamina, so if you do the quick math, you're looking at 171% extra health, which is really strong. Set bonus 5 is an extra 15% protection from elites and an extra 5% ballistic shield damage resilience. And set bonus 6, when ballistic shield is deployed, melee damage is increased by 2,000%, and all overhealing the player receives is applied to the ballistic shield as healing. After reaching a damage threshold from receiving physical or exotic damage, the ballistic shield grants a buff to the player and all group members within 15 meters for 6 seconds. The duration of the buff is increased by 2 seconds for every 3,000 stamina the player has. So physical damage, armor is increased by 30%. Exotic damage, weapon damage is increased by 30%. When 9,000 stamina, ballistic shield health is increased by 200%. Okay, so if we work backwards, 9,000 stamina, ballistic shield health is increased by 200%. Obviously from the fourth bonus, my health is already 171%. You add on the 200%, that's 371% extra health. Brilliant, fantastic. Physical damage. Damage is any type of weapon damage. Then your armor is increased by 30%. Exotic damage is damage from turrets, damage from anything like that. Again, any sticky bombs, anything like that, grenades. Your weapon damage is increased by 30%. So you also, again, like in terms of the buff is increased by 2 seconds for every 3,000 stamina. You already have 6 seconds, so you're only 9,000 stamina. That will be tripled, so you'll have another 6 seconds, so 12 seconds in total, which again is very, very strong. So as you can see, in a team build, this is fantastic. This is really, really strong. If you're fighting against a D3 player within a group of 4, you would leave the guy to last. You would try your very, very damnedest to avoid this guy, because all you're going to do is buff their team to be even stronger. So you would purposely go your way to not touch him, not affect him. Yeah. So in a team, really, really strong. And obviously you've got your melee damage, which increased by 2,000% if you're fighting rogues or a player in general, and they're at very, very low health, and they're up close and personal, which again what players like to do when they're facing a D3 player. Just melee, you'll take them down. Okay, so that's D3. We'll go through the gear pieces and I'll show you how I'm rolling. So my chest piece is rolled into stamina with health, EDR and ammo capacity. The mods I'm using on here are Stamina Skill Haste, and my mask is rolled into stamina with Skill Power, Damage to Elites, and the mods I'm using, Stamina Skill Haste. Onto your knee pads, I am rolling with Stamina, with Skill Power, Shock Resistance, Disorient Resistance, and Damage to Elites. The mods I'm using, Stamina Skill Haste and Ballistic Shield Damage Resilience. Onto my holster, it is rolled into Critical Hit Chance. The mod I'm using is again Ballistic Shield Damage Resilience. And onto my gloves, it's rolled into Stamina with Critic Damage, SMG Damage and Critical Hit Chance. Onto my backpack, it is rolled into Firearms with Skill Power, Ammo Capacity, and the mods I'm using are Stamina Skill Haste and Ballistic Shield Damage Resilience twice. Okay, so the trick of this, to get your shield health up to the max, which is about 2.35 million. Okay, what you need to do, you need to make sure you roll Skill Power on your mask, on your knee pads, and onto your backpack. Okay, that will allow you to have one piece rolled into Firearms, which in this essence it's my backpack. Okay, so I get the Firearms to 4K, which in turn gets me to unlock key talents that you can use with the build, whether it be Deadly, Hurried, Vicious, Self-Preserved, Predatory. That is entirely your decision. But to get those unlocked, you need 4K Firearms, and this is what it does to the build. So we look at the character sheet. Okay, my critical chance on my house is 42%. My critical damage is 112%. Damage to elites is 28%. My skill haste is 15%. That is from the mods I'm using. Okay, it's not rolled anywhere on the gear, just my mods. Okay, what you could do as an option, you could switch out EDR on your chest piece and use that as skill haste, and potentially you could switch out critic chance for skill haste on your holster. I've opted for critic chance here, and because of the way my chest piece was set up, I couldn't put skill haste on my chest. But still, it's no bother, no need. 15% is a healthy amount. Okay, we go into the abilities. Okay, my first ability is first aid, and it's overdose. And what overdose will do, that will also heal my shield, which is good, which is strong. If I'm running in a team, sometimes I'll use a shock turret. And my D3 shield, okay, whichever one, it still activates the master shield. It's just a case of cosmetically they look slightly different. So I've opted for the kinetic breaker, which is a slightly bigger shield. Again, I've got the health of 2350 001. What I want you to pay attention to is the damage resistance. Okay, the damage resistance is if you're going to compare it to a survival link, which basically what it is, because it's all damage resistance, you are looking, it's 45%. If you look at basic survival link, your damage resistance is 50%. So, to cut a long story short, the way I'd look at this is that damage resistance of 45%, when you have your shield active, that is having a survival link. It's as simple as that. Okay, so 45% damage resistance is 5% less than a survival link, which is extremely strong. And that is not just your shield, that is to your character when the shield is active. Okay, so ballistic shield damage resilience, which again is rolled on the gear set pieces. So you'll get 25 from that alone. And then I've opted for 4 shield damage resilience mods, which gives me an extra 20%, so I'm at 45%, which is the cap. Okay, I could have opted for health, which would get me around about 2.5 million health on my shield, but that is pointless, completely pointless. There's only one way to spec, and that is damage resilience, to make your character, when the shield is active, more again, being the survivor, being the tank. It's as simple as that. As soon as you've got that 45% damage resilience, you're in a great position because you are a tank. It's as simple as that. Okay, now talents I'm using, this is for PvP. I'm using critical save, I'm using combat medic. Just as a point on that, use a medkit near allies to heal group members and proxies within 20 meters by 40%. This also affects your shield. Okay, so this is a must-have. Of all the talents I'm using, combat medic is the first one you go to because that will heal your shield. Alright, so I'm using precision, that will give me that little bit of base pulse, and I'm using on the move, which makes me a bit more tankier for a little bit longer. Okay, so other options, if you wanted to mix things up, you can do. You could use strike back. Okay, the way I see this, my health rarely goes down that far, so it's very situational, whereas I'd rather be even tankier once I make a kill. It's as simple as that. Other option, a good option for PvE would be shock and awe, where you suppress hostile to increase your movement speed by 25% for 10 seconds. It's okay in PvP. I've tried, I've tested it, it's not bad, but it's not active enough. Whereas PvE, absolute enemies will go into cover and you'll suppress them, which means you can move a lot quicker. So it's PvE, that's a very, very strong talent, but I wouldn't use it in PvP. Alright, that's the build, good old D3. It works extremely well solo, which I'll show you in the footage very shortly, and it works exceptionally well in a team. You are the tank. Yeah, it's as simple as that. There's several different iterations, slightly different talents you can use on your weapon. Personally, Deadly Hurried works perfectly for the way that I play. You might find it different. You might go for Vicious, you might go for Unforgiving. Personally, I'll go for Hurried. If you feel I'm wrong, then please test it, see what you think, and obviously drop a comment in the comments box. But finally, what I just want to say, if you've liked this video, then please smash the like button, and if you've not subscribed, then please smash the subscribe button. I have got dozens more Division videos that I want to release or want to launch, and I will do in the very, very near future. Okay guys, check out the footage, see you soon.